Right now, record-setting win. Badger women's hockey returning home this morning with another title.
He's not talking in a harmful way, and nobody should. Nobody should harm one another.
This morning, the nation waiting to find out if former President and current candidate Trump will be arrested. Meantime, the Speaker of the House tries to calm Trump supporters.
And it's dry and seasonable on the first day of spring. I'll track down how warm we'll get tomorrow, especially how warmer we'll get actually tomorrow too, and when that rain does arrive once again.
Good Monday morning, folks. That's the news we need to hear on a Monday morning. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Josh Breiter.
I'm Chris Stanford. Greg Barnhart with your first warned weather this morning. Spring's coming today.
It's here.
Yeah, it's going to get some spring showers, I guess, sometime this week.
That,
huh?
Yes, some snow still. I mean, we still can get snow yet, so that's the problem. But
I'm not here for any of that.
You don't want the S word anymore?
Shut it down. Shut it down.
I've heard that from a lot of people about the S word. I don't want to hear that anymore.
Yeah, we get it. We just don't want it.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately.
But we're not going to move, so we'll complain about it. Or
wait until December.
Yeah, wait until December. I wish. Like I said, once again, I'm in sales, not production here, so I can only sell that thing. So, spring is today. That's the good news. 4:24 p.m. We're going to see spring. And actually, the temperatures today won't be pretty close to mid-March levels. We're starting off fairly warm with southwest winds, 10 to 15, kind of breezy out there in certain areas, but that's kept the temperatures up right now. Currently 31 in Madison, 30 degrees at Janesville, and then 31 at Lone Rock. So overall, we're about freezing, a little bit warmer than we should be, but that's going to set the stage for a decent day here. Mid to upper 40s for most locations. High clouds out there. The winds will be breezy this morning. I think they'll die down a little bit this afternoon. And as we time out those temperatures, here's the wind gusts. So there will be some gusts there, but overall, as we get closer to noon, we should be getting close to 40. And then this afternoon, about 2 or 3, we should be the mid to upper 40s. Winds, once again, still gusty out of the southwest, but I think they will start to decrease. But that's, unfortunately, the stretch of the dry weather will come to an end once again, although we'll see the 50s tomorrow. We have a couple systems coming through midweek that are going to provide some unsettled weather once again in the form of rain mostly. I'll break all that down a bit later in the broadcast here.
All right, Greg, thank you.
It's over. Don't you love the train horn?
Goosebumps every time. I love this.
Absolute joy and jubilation for a group of young women who are now champions, some of them for the third time. Isn't that wild? So the Wisconsin women's hockey team bringing home the 7th national championship in program history, shutting down the Ohio State Buckeyes 1-0.
Making us proud, that's for sure. Ohio State was the #1 team in the country and the defending champions, but Bucky was able to play spoiler.
They sure did. Our News 3 sports director, Zach Hanley, was in Duluth and shows us how Wisconsin was able to claim its 7th national title.
Ohio State won the WCHA regular season title. They're the defending national champs, and they have the Patty Kazmaier Award winner on their squad. And all that meant nothing to Wisconsin. Badgers going for their 7th national championship in program history. Just have to get by the Buckeyes. First period, UW strikes. Kirsten Sims sends a snipe into the back of the net, and just like that, Wisconsin takes a 1-0 lead. And that would be your game winner as Wisconsin shuts out Ohio State to win the national championship 1-0, the final.
It's a smile that's special. And, to see my players, have that. And to me, it's giving them an experience that, they had today, but 5 years from now, 10 years from now, they're going to appreciate it way more than they do today. And so that's the excitement I get. So I may not look like I'm excited. I'm just trying to process right now through exactly what happened in the last 2.5 hours because I'm not sure.
The win gives the Badgers their 7th national championship, the most all-time in NCAA history. Wisconsin is now officially the state of women's hockey. At Amsoil Arena, Zach Hanley, News 3 Sports.
So now it is time to celebrate, and you are invited. The Badger women's hockey team is inviting you tonight because let's face it, without a party, you got to have that celebration. Lamont Arena will be welcoming Wisconsin back tonight, and doors will be opening at 5:30. Festivities starting at 6 o'clock. Best of all, this is free for all. The Badgers hope to see you there.
Say it with me, tequila, right? So Badger fans really turning out up in Duluth for the national championship. Bringing the energy, too. We caught up with some family members of Badger players, including Gavin Enright, who later saw his sister Claire get the lone assist during the game's only goal.
I've been watching her throughout the years and through high school, and now seeing her in her freshman year just be able to make the championship is unbelievable.
Another family member in attendance was Britta Curl's mom, Gretchen Belzer Curl, who says part of the thrill is seeing the team beat the odds to make it to the championship game.
They had some games where they didn't do so well, and they just were plugging through, and it's really great to see them here and working hard and enjoying the fruits of that labor.
As soon as the Badgers game ended last night, we sent out a push alert through the Channel 3000 News app to let you know that Wisconsin won. A reminder, you can download the app for free. Make sure you turn on those push notifications so you can stay up to date with what's happening right now.
To the NCAA now, the Sweet 16 is officially set.
If you've been following along with our bracket challenge here at News 3 Now amongst the anchor teams,
See if we can get a close-up.
we can tell you that we're in first place this morning.
Which is shocking
How the
because
heck
look
did
at
that
this.
happen?
Obviously, the green is good, the red is not. There's a lot of red on there.
A lot of red. We have half of the Sweet 16 still alive. Look at that. 3 out of the 4 Final Four teams gone. They've all lost. Our national championship matchup, national championship winner, but somehow we're still in first place,
We're still in
Josh.
first. Yeah, let's
How the
take a
heck-
look at those standings right now. You can see the morning crew, we are at 38 points. Mark and Susan on live at 4 at 36. Eric and Charlotte from the 6 and 10 at 33.
Yeah.
And sports director Zach Hanley at 35 points. So, you know, we've actually been leading most of this time. And what really helped us over the weekend is obviously poor Charlotte and her, you know, Marquette.
Yeah, last night that was a big upset.
That helped us. It's going to help us in the end. But yeah, I don't know how we are in the lead, but we are doing it.
I think the summary here is that we're far better at the news. I mean, it doesn't say much for Zach either. If Zach's only got 35 points,
know.
I mean, he's the sports director. For
But
crying out loud.
sometimes it's the luck, right? Like we don't know anything. But
It's a crapshoot.
It really
It's a
is.
crapshoot. All right, keep following along. Hope your bracket's looking better than ours.
Go Mornings. All right, to more news now at 6:07 and to an update this morning. We're finding out more details about a man killed in a Beaver Dam crash over the weekend. Emergency crews were called to the area of Highway 151 and County Highway B just before 12:30 yesterday. A 64-year-old man was reportedly driving north on 151 to County Highway B when he drove through the intersection, hit a sign in the median, and went into the ditch. Investigators say his car then hit a fence and a tree. The man was taken to the hospital where he was later pronounced dead. That crash remains under investigation.
Will Donald Trump be arrested tomorrow? That is what the nation is preparing for this morning after the former president said so. Just that over the weekend. Despite Trump encouraging protests and to take the nation back, Speaker McCarthy is telling people not to. Trump said that he expects to be arrested tomorrow in the investigation into his alleged role of paying and covering up hush money to adult film star Stormy Daniels. Speaker Kevin McCarthy said all Americans should be treated equally when it comes to the law. Here is what he had to say about Trump calling for those protests.
I don't think people should protest this, no. And I think President Trump, if you talk to him, he doesn't believe that either. I mean, I think the thing that you may misinterpret when President Trump talks, when someone says that they can protest, he would probably be referring to my tweet. Educate people about what's going on. He's not talking in a harmful way, and nobody should. Nobody should harm one another.
Trump has denied any wrongdoing. Some Republicans have not publicly announced if they will support Trump's 2024 White House bid, including Speaker McCarthy.
6:08 right now, and a live look at the U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C., where 20 years ago Sunday, then President George W. Bush announced from the Oval Office that the U.S. would declare war on Iraq. It began with shock and awe, of course, but within a few weeks, the regime of Saddam Hussein fell.
The initial reason for the war was the belief that Iraq held and intended to use weapons of mass destruction. Soldiers and the U.S. would soon find out there were no weapons. The war soon shifted to a battle against al-Qaeda.
Even after the trial and execution of Saddam Hussein and the leader of al-Qaeda, the war went on. Civil war broke out between the Shia and Sunni groups, leading to more and more killing. The violence only fell after more U.S. troops were sent in 2007.
In 2010, the last U.S. combat troops left Iraq, leaving a deeply divided country ripe for the group ISIS to move in. In 2013, ISIS was defeated.
Look at Iraq today, now heavily influenced by Iran, poor infrastructure and high unemployment. Despite everything, its capital Baghdad is more peaceful now than it has been in years.
6:10 coming up, an artificial dye used in many popular snacks, sweets, and beverages could be hazardous to your health. Consumer Report shows you how to protect your family.
And the Wisconsin men's basketball team moving on in the NIT this week. We'll tell you where they're going on the road next.
At Stanton Optical, independent eye doctors are available for eye exams whenever you need one. You should have seen me before I got mine. You're so quiet. Are you mad at me? Book your free same-day eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
Garage doors don't like the cold weather, but if it breaks, Precision Garage Door is always ready.
Does not matter if it's raining or snowing or any kind of other weather conditions, we're going to get it done on the same day. We know how important that is to our customers.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Good news, this just in. Your Ford dealers have fresh shipments of their award-winning SUV lineup in stock and ready for you to drive home today. Get your hands on a new Ford, the #1 brand in SUV owner loyalty, including Bronco Sport with standard GOAT modes and Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. And now, here's more good news. Choose FlexBuy on Escape and get 2.9% APR financing for 66 months plus $1,500 FlexBuy cash.
To everyone who believes in tradition, come enjoy a few of ours from Wisconsin.
People in Wisconsin love a good fish fry.
Really love. And we love sharing it with guests everywhere.
At Culver's, we still batter our North Atlantic cod by hand to order.
And we cook it to a crispy, golden perfection just for you.
For you.
For you.
So it's crispy outside, flaky inside. Let us take care of you.
With some homegrown traditions we were raised on.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Dan Kelly is extremely corrupt. 6 times Kelly ruled in favor of a plaintiff with close ties. He was on their advisory panel. He took contributions from their board. And all 6 times, Kelly ruled in their favor. Another time, Kelly changed his mind about whether to judge the Zignego case after pocketing $20,000 in contributions from the Zignego family. Corruption, extremism, that's Dan Kelly.
Only at Vanguard, you're more than just an investor. You're an owner.
We got this, babe.
That means that your dreams are ours, too. And our financial planning tools can help you reach them. That's the value of ownership.
Brothers Maine has been family-owned since 1938. Some of us were born into this family, and others chose to join through the years. And we know you can't replace family, but you can replace appliances, and Brothers Maine is here for you when one breaks down. Our in-house team has delivered ranges to washers to refrigerators to hectic households in a pinch, oftentimes the next day. Just because an appliance breaks down doesn't mean you have to. We're not big box. We're Brothers Maine. And we want you to feel like family here.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We did the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $400 at LensCrafters, over $200 at Walmart, and over $150 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
We're back at 6:13. Well, if you think back to all of those Valentine's Day candies you may have enjoyed this year, especially the red ones, some of them could have been made with a food coloring called Red No. 3 dye.
While the dye adds vibrant color, Consumer Reports explains potentially harmful health hazards as well. Here's Shane Hogan.
Mommy, could I have a snack, please?
please.
Elena Ramson tries to give her children foods free from additives and artificial food dyes.
I'm concerned about the long-term effects neurologically and developmentally, so I just try to avoid them if I can.
When it comes to food, appearances can be deceiving, especially when it comes to coloring and flavoring.
Red number 3 dye, also known as erythrocin, is a synthetic dye derived from petroleum, and it's used in food and drinks to give them a kind of bright cherry red color.
Decades ago, the Food and Drug Administration banned red number 3 dye from all cosmetics after studies showed it caused cancer in lab animals. Yet, the dye is still lurking in thousands of varieties of candies, gummies, cakes, beverages, and even medicines.
So how is it possible that this coloring is banned in makeup, but not from the candy that many of our children could be eating?
That's why last October, Consumer Reports, along with more than 20 other advocacy groups, signed a petition from the Center for Science in the Public Interest to ask the FDA to prohibit the use of red number 3 dye in foods, dietary supplements, and ingested drugs. Besides the potential cancer risk, some studies show concerns that artificial food dyes, including red number 3, contribute to children's neurobehavioral problems such as hyperactivity. The International Association of Color Manufacturers, an industry trade group, tells Consumer Reports that there is not enough evidence associating the dye with behavioral problems and maintains it is safe at the levels most people consume. To limit artificial colors, Elena likes to read the ingredients carefully.
So we read the labels and make sure that everything is as natural as can be.
The FDA requires manufacturers to list red number 3 on the label. This is Shane Hogan.
6:15. Now let's get to Greg Barnhart and your first warned weather forecast. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning, and we're going to have a nice dry start to the spring here, officially on Monday afternoon, so that's the good news. Although we do have unsettled weather once again returning. Looks like we're going to have 2 little systems. Still some uncertainty, but I think, like I said, we're going to see some rain at least move in tomorrow afternoon. Chances increase probably Tuesday night, maybe a little mix with snow. This is not going to be an all-night rain, and then should taper off Wednesday morning. I think a lot of Wednesday will be dry as it departs. The second one coming through, a little bit more uncertainty with the track of this, but still I think showers by Wednesday evening. The best chance of rain now would be for this one would be Wednesday night, mixing with some snow, probably Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Better odds with some snow on this one because it should favor more southerly track on this one, and then showers off and on Thursday. There's still some uncertainty on the track of that, but we have 2 little systems come through. It looks like the active weather doesn't end after that either. The 2 systems that we're talking about, one is going to be lifting up to the northeast here by Wednesday morning. Out of the plain states, that provides the first opportunity for some showers. That'll lift north, and then on its heels is another one that's going to be impacting California. That'll spread eastward and eventually track across areas just to the south of us by Thursday. That track's a little bit uncertain, but still it should bring us some rain or snow chances here. But for today, we're going to see more high clouds. Overall, southwesterly winds, breezing conditions should allow our temperatures to climb up into the low to mid 40s by noon, and then mid to upper 40s by the afternoon with some cloud cover. A few breaks, but then we're going to have some clouds overnight that may provide just enough of a lift to provide a few showers you can see here and there. So you might see a sprinkle or flurry overnight. Most areas will remain dry. You'll wake up to mid 30s. You'll see the wind starting to turn out to the east because of that system. The good news with tomorrow, we should see more sun, at least a little bit, before the rain comes in, so our temperatures should boost all the way back up into the low to mid 50s by the afternoon hours. Rain chances look to be more evening hour. You'll start seeing a little bit spread up here over the evening and then lift northeast through overnight. Just scattered in nature, not going to be an all-night rain event. A lot of areas may not see very much at all, but I do think you'll see that coming up to Wednesday. And then as we go through Wednesday, we'll see the break. So the break right here is there. You can see between the system, this is 1 a.m. That lifts north. And then by Wednesday, the next one starts cropping from the south, and that's the one that will be staying to the south, but could provide more rain showers as we go Wednesday night and Thursday. The track of that kind of remains uncertain, but I do think we'll see some rain or snow. Just depends on where it goes. But overall, should be a good start to your Monday, 47 in the mid-50s, and then the unsettled weather returns with drier conditions towards the end of the week.
His
History has been made. Wisconsin women's hockey shuts out the defending champions Ohio State to bring home the program's 7th national title, which is now the most all-time in NCAA women's history. And earning that new piece of hardware definitely wasn't an easy task, going up against a conference opponent who happens to be the #1 team in the country, but somehow Kirsten Sims makes this look easy. She gets some help from Claire Enright in the first period, and the freshman buries the first and only goal of this game. That's right, Wisconsin holds Ohio State scoreless. Cami Cronish held it down between the pipes, making 31 saves, and that's why she earns the most outstanding player of the Frozen Four. Now, Zach Hanley has been up in Duluth all week long and got to witness history.
Make no mistake about it, Wisconsin is a dynasty on ice. The Badgers win their 3rd national championship out of the last 4, and the best part about this one, they proved the doubters wrong.
You know, everyone slept on us the whole entire tournament. You know, our storyline all week is talking about this 5-game losing streak and all this adversity, and no one expected us to be in the tournament. No one expected us to be here today, and definitely no one expected us to win, and I'm so glad we did.
People saw us, they saw that we lost 5 games in the middle of the year, and everybody counted us out, and that's the best part about this. We don't want people to, obviously we don't want people to count us out ever, but the fact that people slept on us and we got it done, it just shows that how hard we wanted to work and how bad we wanted it.
I'm on the bottom of the pile screaming, "Get off me," because I can't breathe. And then I get up and I have a nosebleed, and I go over to Jackie and she's like, "You broke your nose." I'm like, "Oh my God." No, I threw my gloves in the air and I tripped and fell. And then I got squished in the bottom of the pile. And yeah, it was just a blur.
I had that view from across the ice of every single one of my teammates jumping off the bench, jumping in the pile, and just happy to see everyone so, I keep using the word happy, but just to see everyone so happy, it's just like, there's no feeling to describe it.
It feels incredible. You know, it feels different every single time. This is the 3rd one, and it never gets old, and it never will get old. It's awesome. There's no words.
So how's Mark Johnson going to celebrate? Well, as he said after the game, I'm going to grab that trophy and sit down with my mom, and she's going to have a big smile on her face. Yes, she will, Coach. Yes, she will. At Amsoil Arena with the national champs, Zach Hanley, News 3 Sports.
Badger men's basketball looking to do something they've never done before, advance to the NIT quarterfinals. UW has never made it past the 2nd round of the tournament, but they could make it happen against a team they've never faced. Liberty in town for round 2. It wouldn't be Badger basketball if it wasn't a close one. It's tied up in the first half. Chucky Hepburn uses the backboard, and the Badgers snag the lead. Now with halftime on the horizon, Hepburn goes off the glass again to give UW a 3-point lead at the break. Well, the Flames rally back second half and are leading late on in this one when Max Klesman gets the layup to go, and the Badgers hold on to win it 75-71. Hepburn dropped a career-high 27 points, while Tyler Wall and Stephen Crowell also scored in double figures.
There's good teams everywhere, and that's what makes this time of year really exciting, really stressful, really, you know, all those adjectives you want to slap on it, but like I said, just proud of our guys of how they battled, and you know, we're able to get one here at home and got another 40 minutes coming down the road.
Badgers are quarterfinal bound and will face Oregon on Tuesday night on the road. Tip-off is set for 8. Back to you.
Thank you, Jordan. Coming up, a new world record for surfing. We'll tell you just how long they were hanging 10.
We're back after this. Stay with us.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
My name's Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here and ready to help. Anyone in Wisconsin can call, text, or chat to get connected to a trained 988 counselor. Trained counselors are here to support anyone experiencing a suicidal, mental health, or substance use crisis. You can also contact 988 if you're concerned about someone. 988 is confidential and free to all Wisconsin residents. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you.
This is Ford Truck Month, America. Time to get up and get into Ford F-150, part of F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 46 years straight. All amped up and ready for work or play. Plus, there's a great selection in stock and ready for delivery today. So get into Ford Truck Month and see what a built Ford Tough truck can do for you. Choose FlexBuy on F-150 and get 0.9% APR financing for 66 months plus 1,000 FlexBuy, 1,000 Ford credit cash, and 500 accessories cash.
We rented and rented and rented on the hopes of buying it someday. Bill and I not having any financial education at all.
Coming in the first time of talking with Amanda was, all right, well, what's the track? What do you do?
She taught us how to correctly do things financially and how to build our credit, how to purchase our home.
When you ask for advice and then you follow advice on it, you can really get where you want to go.
The PACO Credit Union truly helped me believe in myself again.
Spring is in the air, and you know what that means. It's Feldco season.
Feldco season. It means 50% off windows with no money down, no payments, and no interest until 2024. So you can replace those eyesores without breaking the bank. It means getting the windows you want fast, so your home's ready for the warmer weather ahead. It's the season of home renewal. It's Feldco season.
This offer won't last long. Hurry. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
At Weedman Lawn Care, we believe that a lush, beautiful lawn should be enjoyed by the whole family. That's why we offer a kid and pet-friendly program to create a healthier, greener, weed-free lawn that your whole family can enjoy. Our program includes effective applications of targeted weed control and slow-release golf course quality fertilizer to achieve real results. Call or click today for your free quote, or sign up now and see the Weedman difference. Doesn't your family deserve a Weedman lawn?
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
All right, there's a new world record for this morning when it comes to surfing.
An Australian surfer broke the world record for the longest surf session. Blakey Johnson went the distance in the water. In fact, after breaking the previous record of 3 hours and 11 minutes, he hung 10 hours more out on the waves this time. It was part of a marathon fundraising event to benefit mental health.
Hey, how about that? Looks like he's raised several $100,000 too. Gosh, surfing looks exhausting.
The endurance for that has to be just insane.
Oh, boy. Well, congratulations to him. Hey, we're tracking some spring showers, folks. That's next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At Pick and Save, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we do up to a 27-point inspection to check for things like color and scarring. Because when it comes to fresh, higher standards mean fresher produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
At Lawton Cates, being prepared and confronting every aspect of your injury case with honesty, integrity, and innovative solutions has earned us a reputation for excellence in representing the injured. Because at Lawton Cates, your life counts.
Experience spring's fresh new season at Madison Lighting. The showroom is bursting with all the latest trends in lighting and home decor. Their lighting experts will help you bring your home style to light. It's spring at Madison Lighting.
Remember this, and the false selector scheme. In Wisconsin, extremist Dan Kelly was the right-wing lawyer behind the scenes of it all. The bipartisan January 6th Commission revealed Kelly advised Trump operatives as special counsel to overturn the will of the people and overthrow the election results. Kelly even went on tour promoting the big lie. On April 4th, vote like democracy depends on it, because it does.
Team,
you
earned this moment.
this was not our finest moment. Now let's go to McDonald's.
There's a deal for every celebration at McDonald's. Enjoy 20-piece chicken McNuggets for just $6.
We're reinventing our network
with smarter, more efficient routes, so you can deliver more value to your customers.
Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service.
How did Richard Bong shoot down 40 planes in World War II? He said he got so close, he couldn't miss. Learn about Richard Bong, World War II, the Vietnam and Korean Wars, right here in Superior.
How can you make a difference in the world when there is so much need?
Be a mentor.
Young people need a positive role model to succeed and navigate life's challenges. Think about someone in your life who helped you get where you are today. A mentor assures young people that someone cares and makes them feel like they matter. Learn about mentorship opportunities in the 608 at unitedmadison.com/mentoring. Brought to you by Fearing's Audio Video Security and United Madison.
When your door is always open, so is the fridge. At Pick and Save, however you shop, in-store, pickup, or delivery, you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards. That's a win-win-win. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
This morning, a record-setting win. Badger women's hockey returns home this morning with another title.
Plus, it was a day that changed America. This morning, we marked 20 years since the beginning of the war on Iraq.
And spring is finally here today. I'll show you if those temperatures will be more spring-like today or tomorrow, and when the rain returns again.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Josh Breiter. Greg Barnhart, you're with us with the first warned forecast. Hard to believe that spring's coming in today because it sure hasn't felt like it.
No, the whole month of March has been kind of chilly and snow here and there too. So it hasn't been spring-like. We haven't hit 60 yet, which we should be hitting 60 on average by March 23rd. So we're pretty much right there to where we should see it soon. Unfortunately, it's not going to be happening today or the next several days, but today is spring this afternoon. Southwest winds overnight have kept our temperatures up. Still kind of breezy out there, 10 to 20 miles per hour depending on location, so something we'll see more of that today. Overall temperatures, 31 in Madison, 28 in Monroe, 32 in the Dells. Most of the areas are now in the upper 20s or low 30s, which is a little bit warmer than we should be, but overall good. It'll set up a good day, mid to upper 40s for most locations. High clouds out there, southwest winds, a little breezy this morning. They'll probably taper off a little bit this afternoon. You look at your donut forecast, you guys, which donuts you want, but overall it should be a great day for temperatures. We're going to see temperatures climb, like I said, about the 41 degrees till noon, and then 47 by the time we get to 3 p.m. So overall, really nice day. Unfortunately, the dry conditions just don't want to last too long. Although we'll see the 50s tomorrow, we do have wet weather once again returning probably for the whole week. I'll break down when to see the rain and if we'll see any snow a bit later in the broadcast.
All right, Greg, thank you. Remember, you can always stay on top of the changing conditions by downloading the First Warn Weather app. It goes right down to your neighborhood. Just search WISC Weather in your app store.
It's over.
Oh, congratulations to UW Badgers women's hockey.
What a night.
Another national championship. It's their 7th. That's one more than Minnesota. So those two had been tied for a while at 6. And now UW stands alone for the national championship in women's hockey. They shut down Ohio State 1-0 last
Ohio
night.
State was the #1 team in the country and the defending champions, but Bucky was able to play spoiler.
News 3 sports director Zach Hanley was there in Duluth and shows us how Wisconsin was able to claim its 7th national title.
Ohio State won the WCHA regular season title. They're the defending national champs, and they have the Patty Kazmaier Award winner on their squad. And all that meant nothing to Wisconsin. Badgers going for their 7th national championship in program history. Just have to get by the Buckeyes. First period, UW strikes. Kirsten Sims sends a snipe into the back of the net, and just like that, Wisconsin takes a 1-0 lead, and that would be your game winner as Wisconsin shuts out Ohio State to win the national championship 1-0, the final.
It's a smile that's special, and to see my players have that, and to me it's giving them an experience that they had today, but 5 years from now, 10 years from now, they're going to appreciate it way more than they do today. And so that's the excitement I get. So I may not look like I'm excited. I'm just trying to process right now through exactly what happened in the last 2.5 hours because I'm not sure.
The win gives the Badgers their 7th national championship, the most all-time in NCAA history. Wisconsin is now officially the state of women's hockey. At Amsoil Arena, Zach Hanley, News 3 Sports.
So now the Badger women's hockey team wants you to celebrate their championship with them because, of course, what good is a championship without a party to celebrate? LeBron Arena will welcome Wisconsin back tonight, and you are invited. Doors are going to be opening at 5:30 with those festivities starting at 6. Best of all, this is free for all. The Badgers hope to see you there.
Tequila, right? Ahead of the puck drop, check out all the fans up in Duluth making the trip up north. Their energy felt on the ice. Family members showing up to support the team. Gavin Enright, he was there to support his sister Claire, and you know, he saw her get the lone assist during the game's only goal.
I've been watching her throughout the years and through high school, and now seeing her in her freshman year just be able to make the championship is unbelievable.
Another family member in attendance was Britta Curl's mom, Gretchen Belzer-Curl, who says part of the thrill is seeing the team beat the odds to make it to the championship game.
They had some games where they didn't do so well, and they just were plugging through, and it's really great to see them here and working hard and enjoying the fruits of that labor.
As soon as the Badger game ended last night, we sent out a push alert. Did you get it?
I did.
Through the news. So did I. We let you know if Wisconsin. We let you know that Wisconsin won the national championship. A reminder: turn on those push notifications so you can stay up to date with what's happening right now.
All right, another sports news this morning. The Sweet 16 is officially set. And here's a look at the Chris and Josh bracket. At this hour, you can see right now, green is good, red is bad.
I still can't believe that we're in first place.
We are in first place right now against all of the other anchor teams here at News 3 Now for our bracket battle. There we are, leading the pack. 38 points, Susan and Mark 36, Eric and Charlotte at 33, and Zach Hanley at 35.
We are
this hour.
We are awful. Just as a group, we're terrible. If we're in first place, not only is our national champion knocked out Kansas, but we had Purdue and Kansas going up on the national championship. They're both out, and we only have one of the Final Four left. Texas is we're going to be Texas fans over the next couple of rounds. We have half of the Sweet 16, correct?
What?
Not very good at all.
Yes. What really helped us, sorry, Charlotte, is Marquette losing. That's going to help us in the end.
Yeah, they had Marquette going all the way. You saw that game right here on CBS yesterday. Big upset. It's just so much red on her bracket. It's embarrassing.
But we're still number one at News 3.
It's for bragging rights. Hope your bracket isn't looking as bad as ours today.
Team morning show for life.
Let's do it.
All right, more news now. 6:36 this morning, and to an update at this hour as we're looking for more details of a man killed in a Beaver Dam crash over the weekend. Emergency crews were called to the area of Highway 151 and County Highway B just before 12:30 yesterday. A 64-year-old man was reportedly driving north on 151 to County Highway B when he drove through the intersection, hit a sign in the median, and went into a ditch. Investigators say his car then hit a fence and a tree. The man was taken to a local hospital where he was later pronounced dead. That crash remains under investigation.
We're taking a live look at Washington, D.C. this morning. It was yesterday, 20 years ago yesterday, that here in D.C., President George W. Bush announcing that the United States would declare war on Iraq.
It began with shock and awe, but within a few weeks, the regime of Saddam Hussein fell.
The initial reason, of course, for the war was the belief that Iraq held and intended to use weapons of mass destruction. Soldiers in the U.S. ultimately found out there were no weapons. The war then shifted rather quickly to a battle against al-Qaeda.
Even after the trial and execution of Saddam Hussein and the leader of al-Qaeda, the war went on. Civil war broke out between the Shia and Sunni groups, leading to more and more killing. The violence only fell after more U.S. troops were sent in 2007.
In 2010, the last U.S. combat troops left Iraq. leaving a deeply divided country, though, ripe for the group ISIS to move in. Then, in 2013, ISIS was defeated.
We now look at Iraq today, heavily influenced by Iran. Poor infrastructure and high unemployment. Despite everything, its capital, Baghdad, is more peaceful now than it has been in years.
6:38 now. A new exhibit at the Madison Museum of Contemporary Art is giving K-12 students the chance to see their work on the walls of a real museum. This year's Young at Art exhibition at the museum is giving 225 Madison students the chance to show off their talents. We talked with Sheila Zank, who has been teaching art at Anna Elementary for 23 years, and she's pretty proud to celebrate their accomplishments.
I think it's amazing, and I think it's something they're going to remember and treasure and say, hey, I was in a real museum. Can you say that?
You can catch the Young at Art exhibition. Again, it's at the Madison Museum of Contemporary Art until August 6th.
Well, watch this. For parents, getting kids to do anything you ask is a reward in itself, but these parents at the North Carolina University halftime show had a $500 future education check on the line for winning a baby race. It started off with what seemed like an obvious win from Lila, but baby Brexley, who only started crawling, get this, a week ago, took the win.
Well, congratulations to that family. Something about this just doesn't seem right to me. I don't know. It's like...
The best, you can see the one just sitting there like, I don't want to do anything.
It's like they're in a like underground baby racing. Everybody's got money on the line. They're waving cash around going, come on, you can do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that one's like a Monday mood there, too. I'm not doing anything.
Right.
I'm gonna sit right here.
Plopping down in the middle of the court. Hey, let's take a look outside this morning. Oh, ahead. It's a big day here at News 3. We are kicking off a new season of Time for Kids. And in your first one forecast, we're tracking some, well, is it going to start feeling more like spring on this first day of spring? We know we have some rain in the forecast. Greg will track it all coming up.
That's a pretty live shot right there.
Beautiful.
Also ahead, how lawmakers are trying to put a stop on illegally marketing e-cigarettes on social media to teens.
Hey, lady, when is the baby coming?
Very, very soon.
Dad, what about yours?
You're gonna... Yeah, okay, well...
Here at Precision, we know cold.
Springs definitely hate it.
There's no really a good time to tell when the spring's gonna break, it just breaks.
Fixing garage doors is what we do here at Precision.
We get in, we get out, and we leave you with a quality repair.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Introducing Astapro Allergy. Now available without a prescription. Astapro is the first and only 24-hour steroid-free spray. While Flonase takes hours, Astapro starts working in 30 minutes. So you can Astapro and go.
If you've had a classic Reuben before, then Arby's Reuben will taste quite familiar. But if you haven't, man, oh man, are you in for a wild ride? Arby's, we have the meats.
Okay, I think we're all aware that most cell companies only give you the lowest price when you sign up for multiple lines.
What? Multiple lines?
Hello? Yeah, one sec. But US Cellular gives you just one line for $29.99 with unlimited data.
Just one line with unlimited data.
So you don't have to get more lines than you need.
No, you hang up.
Are you even listening, guy who never looks up from his phone?
Oh, not for me, I just say it.
Okay, so no, you're not listening.
Get one line for $29.99, plus every plan is price protected. US Cellular, built for us.
Chicago, celebrating 25 years of Broadway razzle-dazzle. Paint the town again with Chicago the Musical.
At Overture, March 21st through 26th. Tickets at overture.org.
Thank you so much for picking up.
When you really desperately need to talk to your insurance company, when you're having one of the worst days of your life.
What do people do at a time like this?
Sometimes you just want to talk to someone, a person, not a robot or a recording or an app. Oh, sure, we have all that stuff.
By Friday.
But on a day like that,
just like that,
that phone line can end up feeling like a lifeline.
Thank you so much for listening.
At a time like that, you want a company like West Bend, because the worst brings out our best.
PB.
PB and J?
PB before we go.
P before we go.
P before we go.
See you tomorrow?
Yeah.
The picks are in. Now watch throughout the tournament to see how our news anchors fare in a bracket battle. Whose brackets are busted and who will have that one shining moment. See how your picks are measuring up against the News 3 Now anchors every day during our bracket battle. A high-stakes election for a seat on the Wisconsin Supreme Court. News 3 Now presents a debate between candidates Daniel Kelly and Janet Protasewicz in a Campaign 2023 special. Tuesday at 4 p.m. only on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
On the Health Watch this morning, Senator Chuck Schumer is calling on the FDA to investigate a Chinese company that he says is illegally marketing e-cigarettes on social media to children and teenagers. Schumer says that Elf Bar is filling the void that advertisers like Juul left. He went on to say that Elf Bar is littering TikTok and Instagram using influencers, which could evade rules in place with the FDA. The first largely marketed e-cigarette, Juul, will be in court in Minnesota meantime. It's happening coming up here rather quickly, following a 3-year lawsuit from multiple states. They say Juul participated in consumer fraud, negligence, and public nuisance.
Child and adolescent death rates are on the rise this morning, according to an editorial in the Journal of the American Medical Association. Death rates rose 20% between 2019 and 21, the largest jump in at least 50 years. Driving that spike are deaths from gun-related homicide, suicide due to lack of care providers and access to guns, overdoses, and car crashes. One of the researchers said that as a country, we are at a tipping point. She says the number of injury-related deaths is so high that it is offsetting gains in treating other diseases.
All right, let's check in with Greg Barnhart now at 6:45. He's got your forecast. We're tracking some rain. I'm going to try to be the optimist here.
That's good. Be the optimist.
Because we're going to need some rain to get everything greened up and get rid of all the snow.
The forecast is not as bad as your guys' bracket. Let's just give it to that.
Come on now.
It's okay. So, yeah, we do have some rain chances, 2-week systems. One, we're going to have rain starting tomorrow afternoon, evening. Rain looks like the best shot probably Tuesday night. It wraps up Wednesday. Not going to be an all-night rain, and it's not going to amount to very much, but it will be unsettled. The second one is a little bit colder, further south track with this one. Showers Wednesday evening. Probably the best shot will be Wednesday night. We could be mixing with some snow. I think that's the better shot. If we're going to see snow, it'll be Wednesday night, Thursday morning, and showers continue Thursday. Not a huge system either, both ways. Still some question marks, but really the systems have pretty much progressed east. The first one's going to really climb through, lift to the area by Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday. That'll provide the first opportunity, and then the one that's going to impact California here in a few days, actually today, that's the one that's going to track right behind it and provide our next opportunity. So weak systems, but it's going to still be unsettled once we get through the dry period of really today. Speaking of today, we should have temperatures then climbing up into the mid to upper 40s this afternoon as winds continue out of the southwest. Tonight we might see an opportunity for a shower or two come through. You'll see this right towards the end. I don't think we'll see much in the way of that, but still an opportunity to as you start your morning tomorrow. Mid 30s, that'll provide an opportunity to see temperatures rise all the way up into the low to mid 50s by tomorrow afternoon. And then evening wise and thereafter, you'll see the rain start to develop, lift north through the area Wednesday night, late to, as you see, not an all spread, scattered nature as it lifts up towards the Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. Once again, an opportunity for unsettled weather. Still mild, mid 30s for those, so not expecting a lot. The second one is one that's going to track further south, but a lot of questions remain on how far south or north this goes. This could provide an opportunity for more rain or snow depending on the track, so we'll keep track of that. But once again, we should see good conditions for your Monday, 47 for spring, getting up into the 50s tomorrow. That rain will be late in the day, so most of the day tomorrow will be dry. And then with you climb up to Wednesday, drop back down into the mid 40s. And otherwise, we have traffic, no issues right now to speak of traffic-wise. Roads are good and no incidents to speak of. You guys?
All right, looks good. Thank you, Greg. It is a big day here at News 3 Now because this morning we are kicking off a new season of Time for Kids with SSM Health. All right, this year we're focusing on sustainability and how our environment impacts everybody's health here in the community. We have Megan here with SSM Health to talk to us about that. Are you excited? You seem excited this morning.
I'm really excited. Now, it's early, right?
Yeah.
Like, a little maybe too excited for the earliness, but I had lots of coffee, so I'm good.
We feel you. You're speaking our language this morning. So, Megan Tim, you're with SSM Health. You're one of the crucial partner here when we're talking about everything when it comes to Time for Kids. And this broad topic, Time for Kids, the keys to health. We're talking about sustainability and in our environment. What are you looking forward to as we relaunch the campaign?
Yeah, I'm really excited to be working with a lot of our community partners on this. You know, in healthcare, we can only do one segment, right? But we know that we're so much better when we can bring our community into the work. And so we can't actually fix a lot of these issues if we don't go into our community, work with our partners, work with our community members, and then bring the people along for the ride, right? And so I'm really excited about that part.
I'm excited to get into all of these different topics. I mean, we've been working on this for a few weeks. I mean, we're getting into, you know, our physical health, our mental health well-being, our community's health, things we can do to help our environment. I mean, we're covering so many different topics. One topic, though, I know that we're going to particularly focus on is access. I mean, access to foods. That is so crucial for our community. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, access to food. I think sometimes we think that it's easy for people to eat healthy foods, right? But that is it's a hard thing to be saying.
It's actually really easy to eat poorly.
It's really easy to eat poorly.
Yes,
There's a lot.
Everywhere.
Yes, yes. And so I think when we think about food, we have to think about nutritional food. We need to think about access to food in general. So we can't expect our kids to be excelling at school, right? To be living their healthiest life if we don't have access to food. And so I'm really excited to focus on this. And again, we have so many partners in this space that we're gonna lean into and be working with to make sure that our families have what they need. We know that a lot of the SNAP benefits are going away, or reducing, I should say, for a lot of our families. And so it's all the more important this year to be focusing in on food security.
And, you know, really, a lot of that comes down to parents setting good examples and you know, teaching kids why we do this and covering the broader topic of community. I mean, getting into all of these different aspects where we can tackle this together. And that's what I hope that our viewers engage in this conversation with us and all of our community partners. So we can really do some good here. I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, me too. I think that, you know, it's going to the food topic, going from access to food, but also how do we prep that food and how does that relate to sustainability in our environment and mental health and all the other components, right?
We're going to get into all of it.
Good. It's going to be a great year.
All right, looking forward to it.
Thanks.
Megan with Assistant Health, thanks a lot.
Thanks.
All right, coming up next is the Morning Sprint. And if you got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, we'd love for you to share their picture with us so we can help them celebrate. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses? See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
Expand your outdoor living space and get 11% off all concrete landscape blocks from Menards. Check out our great selection of patio blocks. Get 4 12x12 patio blocks for just $5 after rebate. Continue your outdoor renovations with Forever Green Crabgrass Preventer and Fertilizer. Designed to prevent crabgrass from growing on your lawn, a 32-pound bag of Crabgrass Preventer with Turf Food Fertilizer is $19.99 after 11% rebate at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Lake Ridge may be a new name, but it isn't a new bank. It's one built on over a century of community commitment. One equipped with all the knowledge and resources of 145 collective years of experience. Monona Bank and State Bank of Cross Plains are coming together as one. As Lake Ridge Bank, we're doing more together for you.
This is how legends are made.
Chevy Silverado and new Silverado HD. Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. Find new roads. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Silverado 1500 pickups. And current Chevy owners get $2,500 cash allowance on this Silverado with a turbo high-output engine. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Extremist Dan Kelly wants abortion banned, even in cases of rape, incest, and the health of the mother. For years, Kelly was on the payroll of a radical anti-abortion group working to take away women's rights. On the court, Kelly will uphold Wisconsin's 1849 criminal abortion ban that strips women of their freedom to make personal decisions on abortion. Dan Kelly, an extremist who doesn't care about us.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Shopko Optical welcomes more insurance plans than ever. Call to book an exam and verify coverage.
Surgenians, Madison's flooring experts since 1930.
6:54, time for the morning sprint.
We start with the red and white of UW women's hockey waking up this morning as national champs. The Wisconsin women winning their 7th national championship in program history Sunday. They shut down the Ohio State Buckeyes in a 1-0 finish. Ohio State was the #1 team in the country and defending champions. The Badger women will be celebrating their win tonight at LeBron Arena at 6 o'clock.
Time to party. Hey, former President Trump says that he expects to be arrested tomorrow in a case tying into that hush money payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels. Trump lawyer warning that the former president's supporters could become angry if he is arrested, although House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is telling people not to protest and to not harm each other. Former Vice President Mike Pence also weighing in, believing that a possible indictment of former President Trump would be nothing more than politically charged.
After closures due to heavy snowfall, Yosemite National Park will be partially restoring access to the public today. The park reopening comes a little over a week ahead of schedule. The park warns, though, people should be cautious as this winter has led to 21 inches of liquid precipitation, over 15 feet of snow in some areas, and 22 rock slides.
Shares of Credit Suisse plunging 63% in early trading. It comes after the announcement that banking giant UBS would buy its troubled rival for almost $3.25 billion. Meanwhile, in a coordinated global response, central banks, including the Federal Reserve, said that they would enhance dollar swap lines, helping calm investors rattled by turmoil in the banking sector.
Well, check out these high schoolers at the Robotics Championship in Michigan over the weekend. They are the technology leaders of the future. As the teams face off, the object is for the robots to score points by getting objects into the goals. Depending on how they place, some teams will go on to compete at other levels.
And we have mostly dry conditions today, but we're going to have showers come back in the picture tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. 40s today, more 50s tomorrow, so mild conditions for the first day of spring. Bus stop, there's no issues to speak of today. Should be fairly good conditions too, a little bit breezy, but otherwise dry conditions. There's your high temperatures, mid to upper 40s, about where we should be. And then the rain does come in later Tuesday and last through Thursday, you guys.
All right, Greg, thank you. 6:56, we're back with a live update at 7:26. Have a great day.